Hi all and welcome to Mill House. If you saw the introductory videos, you'd have seen there was a lot of ivy over the house, which we've made some progress in clearing off. Still some to do, as you can see on top of the roof in the far corner there, but the bulk of it is done. The hardest bits are now off. It's literally cleaning, extracting the last few pieces. On the side of the house, this was completely covered in ivy. Fortunately, it came off in like one giant sheet. Again, still some pieces left up on the roof. It's grown in between the tiles. Need some scaffolding and get up there and sort that out. And at the back of the house, you can see again most of the ivy's been removed. It needs a lot of cleaning up though, and some of the windows have been damaged and all creeping up through the gutters. There's a wooden window frame that's all just been perished, rotten. And on the flat roof section, you can see how the ivy's ruined the actual roof and the soffits. They've grown up all in between the soffits and it just had to all get pulled off. It's literally ruined the felt, grown up in between the felt. It's probably about 20 centimeters thick ivy on the roof, soil, roots, leaves, a whole bunch of muck. We also have our own private little jetty, which is nice along the river. And this is the south facing part of the house, so hopefully garden, etc., get a lot of sunshine. So what are the priorities? Priorities now is doing some fencing. We've got some dogs coming in. We're moving in next week. Get the fencing up, secure the dogs, clean out some gutters, clean out the rest of the ivy, make sure we've got no water, no way for water to seep into the house. So let's take you inside. We haven't moved in yet, so a lot of this is a work in progress still. Well, it's going to be many years work in progress, to be honest. The house is very cold. We don't have any heating yet. The boiler seems to come on and goes off after about 10 minutes. We do have water in all the pipes now. The radiators are really old and comprise all the micro bore type piping, so nothing by any modern day standards something you'd want to really use. And does anybody fancy seeing some frighteningly old looking electrics? I've never seen something this old before, I must say. All this. I'm guessing today's building codes might not approve. It does like a few things have been added and cobbled together over time. For example, the top one with the orange wire coming out of it, that goes to the back of the house, the modern extension, and then kitchen at the back of the house with a bathroom and power shower, etc. So that runs along the orange wire runs along the outside of the house to the back of it. There's a kitchen come diner. Again, like I said, we haven't moved in yet, so everything's dumped all over the place. We're not sure what we're going to do with the kitchens. As you saw when we in the entranceway, you saw there was a kitchen there, and there's a kitchen here. So it's which ones we're going to use or how we're going to lay it out. Not quite sure yet. We're coming to the lounge diner and the reception room. This room needs a lot of work. Not sure what we're going to do with all the flooring. At the moment we've got some carpets coming that will scatter carpets or loose carpets that we'll put all on the floors. We like the tile in the lounge. Not so fussed on the red painted concrete or whatever it is in the dining room. The walls need a lot of work. This is probably our biggest area of concern. Is on the survey they mentioned the sole plates which are the essentially the foundations. It's a big wooden beam that runs along the bottom of the building, supporting the rest of the beams going up. There's a timber frame, and there's some suspicion that some of that might need replacing, which is not going to be a cheap and or easy job, I guess. I'd need to get into underneath here. I'm not sure why this was half broken off, so we pulled it off. I've just got to work out what's going on there, how it all fits together. I have no idea. And see, I'm not even sure why this piece is sticking out compared to the rest of the wall. It's not flush with the rest of the wall, so I don't know why. I'll take it apart and hopefully nothing comes crashing down and see what's going on. Another one of the downstairs rooms, and as another illustration of the mold. This one does smell a little bit still. I suspect it's the carpet that's stinking the place up. And need a bit of work over there on the suspended floor. And you can see this is where a lot of the mold came through. The ivy was growing up on the outside of this one. Not sure what that looks like. It does. This is the newer part of the building. There's various extensions that have been done to the house over time. Some of it's the old style with the sole plates that I mentioned earlier on in the lounge, and other parts are more modern brick. You can see from the radiators a bit newer looking. And into what we're calling the sunroom. Double aspect view over the garden, and hopefully once it's clean, a bit of the river outside and clear up some of the vegetation. The house is one aspect of clearing out, the garden is another matter again. Let's take a walk upstairs. So some history, the house was lived in for about 50 years until about, I think it was 2022, by the same owners, and then it was taken over by a management company. And they literally have done nothing with it, just literally let it stand for 2 years. One of the bedrooms, another of the bedrooms, and this is show you exactly why we were trying to take off all the ivy. You can see some of the dampness that had come through. It does feel a lot drier at the moment from when I first viewed the house in June, July. Again, some more bedroom, one of the third bedrooms upstairs. Some more damp around the chimney. Again, reason we were taking all the ivy off. Next thing is to clear out all the gutters to make sure there's no more water potentially seeping in. We also need to do some re-roofing. This is the oldest part of the building. Let's get into the loft. Well, you can immediately see from here. You can see light coming through the tiles. And looking in the actual loft, lots of light. Fortunately, the loft does seem to be dry still, but yeah, this needs recovering or re-roofing. It's all made up of this. The previous liner was this reed, and you can see so many places it's just quite literally disappeared or just decayed. See on the loft, on the loft floor, how it's all just decayed and lying there. This is the second loft hatch I found, and this is off one of the newer parts of the building, but for some reason or other, again, I'm not sure why it's using the reed. I would have thought this would have been built with more modern materials, but so this is an extension. You can see the old wall at the back there, which would have been the original outside wall of the building. But for some reason or other, this piece needs redoing as well, which is a bit annoying. And hatch number 3, you can see this one's lined with some sort of board. So this roof should be fine. It looks like this was done at some stage, because I still believe this is part of the old building, and the wall at the back was also being redone. Also now has the hot water, or the water tank, which is still not working, still no heating, and still no hot water. What we have here is an open fireplace. It's been used as an open fireplace in the lounge dining area. The huge metal plate was stacked up against the back wall, protecting, I guess, the bricks. There's a large accumulation of ash we got to clear out. Plan is to switch that to one of the stove type fireplaces. So happy to have somebody coming in to have a look at the chimney this weekend and see about putting in a flue, etc., and capping the chimney stack. Yes, first stage is get the chimney clean. And then the next stage is to sort out the boiler so we can get at least hot water throughout the house. And if we need to, we can then play around, see if we want to use the radiators as is, or what the plan would be for them. I'm not convinced that these should be used, but we'll see.